right, who wants to start us off? So Kelly in the back.
Hey Solon, what have you been working on to help build off of your breakout season last year?
Basically just, like I said, go ahead and building off of it. You know, working on my footwork in the box, drops, making sure that I hold all the intangible things, you know, that they want to see, that future NFL teams want to see on film. You know what I mean? So.
What's different or improved about Jeremy Banks when you see him now?
He plays with his eyes a lot more. You know, before he was just like kind of guessing it, but now you can see on film that he's seeing the plays, you know, before they develop. He's calling it out. He's telling us, hey, watch the counter, or, you know, watch the split zone. So those things help the defense out as a whole. So I'll say that's probably the biggest thing that I've seen.
Patrick, and we'll go back to Kelly.
So I think you were one of the three guys that played most of the snaps last season. What would having more depth? I know you guys probably, when you're on the field, probably don't ever want to come off no matter how tired you are, but how much would maybe being able to play more guys and stay fresh as a linebacker group, how much can that help you guys this season?
Well, you know, it's a long season. Hopefully we get the extra game at the end of the season as well. So having that extra depth in the linebacker room is very crucial, especially, you know, because we're one of the we want to be one of the hardest hitting, hardest playing, you know, linebacker corps in the country. So with that being said, having that depth, having guys that can rotate in and out and not have a drop off, that's huge for a defense.
Solon, who have been some of those younger guys who have been sticking out so far during camp?
Everyone, you know, I mean, I can't really just call one out. You know, we got Caleb Perry, we got Elijah Herring. Like I said, all the guys are really just, you know, starting to get into their own. You know, today was our first day in pads, so you know, they got that first day jitters out of the way. But like I said, everybody's really putting their all into it.
Coach was just in here talking about the athleticism of Caleb Perry. Do you have an example off the top of your head that can illustrate how athletic he is?
Well, he had to play today. It wasn't the best read. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, he didn't do what he was supposed to do, but he saw the play. He just ran out there and made the play. And everybody on the sideline went crazy. I think it ended up being like a 2-3 yard tackle for a loss. So, I mean, just him having that speed, it really shows up on tape.
And then there's a lot of talk about Juwon Mitchell and maybe the steps that he's taken this offseason. Just what have you seen from him going into fall camp?
Having him back has been huge. You know, he's one of the guys, you know, he transferred in from Texas. He's got a lot of experience, you know, just playing, having a lot of snaps. So having him back has been huge for the linebacker room. You know, he's got good questions. He's got, you know, good cover skills, definitely good in the box, you know. So just having him back, it really means a lot.
Well, Frank all the way to the back, and then Brent.
Solon, you've been through this a few times. What made year 6 feel different to start?
What made it feel different? I mean, just the fact that, you know, it's year 6. You know, it's the last go around. Still got a couple of guys here who I actually came in with in my signing class. So just all of us staying here and sticking it out and seeing the change of the program through the years, you know, it just feels different. And I mean, last year it showed up on tape. You know, we won a lot more games than some people had thought we were going to win. And hopefully next year, this coming year, we do the same.
Right.
So what's your role as a leader? There's several veteran guys in that room, but as a 6-year guy, you got some young players as well. What do you see your role as a leader, and how do you go about handling that role?
The main thing, like having, you know, new guys come in who may not get, you know, as many reps as they had back in high school, is like just making sure I tell them, like, hey, like, stick it out. You know, Coach says reps get expensive, so make every rep count. Don't count every rep. You know what I mean? So just making sure that I tell them that, because I was the same when I came in. Like, I'd had a lot of snaps in high school, but y'all already know, like, my years being here, I didn't get a whole lot of snaps until last year, like my 5th year. So just making sure that I tell them, like, hey, stick with it. Just take what coach is saying to heart. Go back and watch film on yourself, by yourself, or even come in early in the mornings or even after practice and watch film with coach or even one of the younger coaches, the GAs or something like that. Make sure you get that extra film work in.
Any more questions? Oh, and then go back to Patrick and then Vince.
Solon, being here for a while now, you know, you've had a kind of a real college experience, right? You know, some things on the field that didn't go great, some things on the field that got better. You've been able to do a lot of stuff off the field too. Just what's it been like to have an experience for 6 years like this and kind of really be able to grow up and see a lot of things?
I mean, it's a blessing to say the least. I mean, I couldn't have asked for, you know, if I'm looking back, I wouldn't have changed it for the world. You know, it's made me the person I am today. It's made me, like I said, a better person, a better man. So, like, I feel like those are things that I can take with me even when I leave here, whatever the Lord has for me, you know, moving forward in my future. Things that I can teach, you know, the people around me, things that I can teach, hopefully, my children one day as well. You know, just stay the course. Like, you may not see it, you may not see the light at the end of the tunnel right now, but if you just keep consistent, it's going to be there. You're going to get what you want.
So kind of going off that, you mentioned some of the guys that have been here for 6 years like you, and I think there's only maybe three other guys that you lost a couple of those guys last year with Matthew and Dia moving on. What's the connection you have with some of those other guys that have been here through everything that you guys have been through?
Man, they're like brothers. I mean, them as well as the rest of the guys in the locker room, like, we're all like brothers. But those guys, you know, they've seen it all. We've seen it all. You know, we talk about it to this day. Like, hey, you remember practice, you know, our freshman year, how we did this and we did that. It's like, and it's fun looking back at it. You know, when we were in it, it's like, oh man, that, you know, it sucks. But looking back at it and seeing where we came from to how we are today, like, it's like night and day. And like I said, they're like my brothers.
So can you share how involved you've been with NIL, including that Knoxville NIL club concept?
I try not to, you know, put too much out there, but when, you know, I try to be as involved as I can, as well as, you know, just making sure to keep the main thing, which is, you know, which is playing football, which is making sure I take care of my job on the field. I know off the field, it's going to take care of itself. I got to make sure that I take care of what I know I need to take care of, which is making sure I make plays, making sure I'm making my adjustments, and making sure that I keep the main thing.
Anything else for Solon? All right, thanks, man.
Thank you.